Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I just wanted to go into a lesson which inspired by meditation. You know, meditating on different like things I've been doing recently. Like I've been learning how to do more, add more skills to my set in order to, kind of save money and just become more efficient. More, just increase my value and different things of that nature. For example, been learning about this soap making kit to make my own soap. Which the base of the soap is already made up. But Apparatus, our Lord will, if I can, I'll learn how to make my own base. But putting everything else, the scents, the color, and all the additives in the soap, I did that with the little soap making kit. I plan on learning how to make, different things like bread, from scratch, like loaves of bread or whatever I want to make. I've actually had in mind, I wanted to make a homemade cinnamon roll, and knowing how to make the bread is a very good, very beneficial and important step, but just making it from scratch instead of buying the store-bought things. Wanting to learn how to do different stuff like body butter, body oil, just make my own stuff so I can stop buying a lot of the products in the stores, not just for the prices, which the prices are one of the reasons why, but also too, just being more self-sufficient and just being able, having the skills of making the things that I need or the things that I use in a day-to-day, just to become, again, more valuable, add more skill sets, and not even just valuable to the woman, but valuable to myself and valuable ultimately to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh, because I know, the different things that, I got going. Of course, it's going to be, it'll be beneficial to myself, but it could be beneficial to the body, beneficial to other people around me. And, that's how I kind of look at things. And the different things that I do and learn how to do, I can use to, again, help the body, help brothers, that's around, give to brothers and different things of that nature. But the reason why I got this video that I did a year ago, which I think it was actually a year ago from this month, or a year from April. It's either April or this month, May. But I made this video a year ago, and my situation was completely different. But I still understood the message, because I titled this, "Women Will Come, Focus on Your Purpose." And at the time when I made this video, I had I was living with my woman. We had almost been together for 2 years at that point. If it was April, even if it was May, because in May I had May last year is when I started going into the gym. It was towards the end of the month, but I can't remember when I made this video. Either it was in April or May, but regardless, this video was before I started in the gym. So a year ago when I made this video, I wasn't thinking about doing none of the things that I just named, like making bread, making my own body butter, making my own oil, homemade cinnamon rolls, making my own soap, being in the gym, and just different other things that I have in mind. Lord will, He allowed me to achieve it, and actually add those skills to my arsenal and perfect it, master it, and different goals that I have set for myself. But I made this video off of another video that a brother endured these last days had posted of this woman. And she was just going into how she's going to, basically she's saying she's going to follow her man. And for the most part, I agree with everything that she said, except the fact that she say it's sometimes. She said sometimes, which let me know that she's in the mindset of she would serve her man, but she still wants to have her way in certain instances, in certain cases, which that's not the way. If a woman is gonna serve her man, she's gonna be for her man. You're gonna be with your man and serve your man 100%. It's gonna be unconditional because, and the reason why I say it like that, because the times to come when these women finally lock in, because their life is on the line and it's life or death situations everywhere. It's not gonna be no, well, I'm gonna follow him if it suits me best, and then when I feel like doing something else, it's gonna be different. No, these women gonna be 100% locked in to that man that the Lord allowed them to be saved through. And it ain't gonna be conditional, it's gonna be unconditional. So before I play the video, I'm just kind of finish doing my little explanation in the beginning. So made this video a year ago, and I still remember when I made it. I was driving to work, had my other phone recording it, doing it on my other phone. I still remember this day when I made it. And it's crazy. But like I said, my situation was completely different. Because now I'm not with that woman no more. I'm not with any woman right now. Lord been having me single pretty much the past going on, I think 8 months. Let's see. might be 7 months. I think it's 7 months. So for the past 7 months. So throughout these 7 months, I've been leveling up in the spirit and growing greater, becoming a greater version of myself until I become the best version of myself I can possibly be, which is the ultimate goal, to be the closest to a version of Yahweh Shai that I can possibly be on this side, the greatest version of myself. But my situation is completely different. My mindset is much greater. And even like the different goals that I have now, the goals I've set for myself are much higher and greater than what I was thinking at last. Because as the scriptures say, if a man have a wife, his priority is gonna be split. Which I'm gonna get a couple scriptures before I play the video. I'll start with that one. And this is not to discourage or take away from any man that's dealing with a woman or with a wife. This is just me going into my own personal walk, because every advice is not for every person, sir, because it's depending on your situation. But let's see, where is it at? Okay, verse 32 and 33. I passed it. This is This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Let me see. Okay, I started 32. I get straight to the point. I'm gonna read it in the AMP. It says, "But I want you to be free from concern. The unmarried man is concerned about the things of the Lord, how he may please the Lord." And just speaking on that, this is 100% true. This is 100% true. Because I'll be honest with my own experience. For the first 2 months after, because the last woman I was with, we were together for 2 years. And the same day that we got together is the same day that she left me. The exact same day 2 years later. So for the first couple months after that, I was trying to talk to other women, deal with other women, try to, I guess, replace what I had lost. But that wasn't a plan of Yahweh Shem Shai. And I had to realize that that wasn't his plan. So during that time period of me leveling up and becoming greater, that's when these goals that I now have set for myself that's when I started to realize them more and more. It started to manifest over time. And I started to level up, become greater. And I realized that I couldn't do that while I was dealing with that woman. So now, even though a lot of these goals, and like I said, even just some of the things that I named, because I'm not going to, just throw everything out there, but just some of the things that I named, the skills that I've learned, I realized that these skills, especially once I get good at them and perfect them to a certain point, I can use this to help the body, help brothers, help sisters, because it might come at a point of time where there might not be any products or essential products on the shelves that we need. But if you have the ingredients, you have all the necessary things that you need to create it yourself, and you have the skills, you have the knowledge. Now you can be self-sufficient and do exactly what you need. So the people that's out there in the world that's outside of this truth, they're struggling, they're suffering, and trying to figure out how they're going to get the things that they need, or if they don't have, for example, because this time right back into that video, it said women will come, focus on your purpose. It might be a situation where the Lord allowed you to come across 3 times as much money that you would have made maybe in 2 months. You would have came across it 3 times as much in 1 month. And he did that so that you can buy all the resources that you need to sustain you for a certain amount of time. Almost like what the Lord did with Egypt, where it had 7 years of being bountiful and then 7 years of almost nothing, how the Lord did it with that, a similar case. So now you got all the ingredients to make, just say supplies gonna be limited, like very, very severely limited. And because of that, inflation is sky high. So the things that people need, a pack of soap goes to $30. And these are the cheap brands, the very cheap brands, soap costing $30. And people can't afford it. And men and women, they can't afford it. But you got all the ingredients to create your own soap. So you still going to, doing your day-to-day things, and people notice that you don't smell like everybody else, especially women. For brothers that's going to be in those situations, Isaiah 4:1, they're going to notice something different about you. And I just use this as an example just with the soap. But they're going to be able to tell, but that will be beneficial for the body, especially if you know how to do it and you can, help out brothers and sisters in your area, whom the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai have you to help. But that's just me thinking like that. Like I said, the unmarried man is concerned about the things of the Lord, how he may please Yahweh Shem Shai, because everything that we're doing to please Yahweh Shem Shai, And I just used like I said, a carnal example, because another example would be just you becoming more intimate with Yahweh Shema Shai, studying, reading more, becoming stronger and better in the spirit, becoming a greater servant and prophet, follower of Yahweh Shai. It's many different avenues into pleasing the Lord. Now, verse 33, but the married man is concerned about worldly things, how he may please his wife, and his interests are divided. The unmarried woman or the virgin is concerned about the matters of the Lord, how to be holy and set apart both in body and in spirit. But a married woman is concerned about worldly things, how she may please her husband. Right, so it goes both ways. Like I said, his verse 34, his interests are divided. Excuse me. So it's because you have to balance dealing with the woman and trying to put in your Yahweh Shem Shai first, and still dealing with your situation at home, dealing with the other situations that you have. And it's a little bit more difficult. And I can definitely understand, because when I made this video, again, I had a woman, and trying to serve Yahweh Shem Shai, I always put them first, put Yahweh Shem Shai first. But the woman, she used to always, not always, but a lot of times she used to get jealous of the brothers, jealous of my relationship with the brothers and different things of that nature. And that's just how it's gonna be in this world. That's what Paul was going into in this chapter. Like, look, it's good to have a woman. I mean, it's good to be single, but get you a woman if you need one. And likewise with the woman, it's good to be single, but get with a man if you absolutely have to, But you're gonna have a lot of issues because of the current conditions, the world we living in. But focus on your purpose. So me just, in my personal walk, now a year later from that time period, like I said, still, without a woman, but my interest and my goals are much greater. My mindset is much greater. My spirit is much stronger, and my body, I've been going to the gym ever since, been working out. So now from that time period up until now, I'm much greater physically too, more physically fit, have a greater understanding of fitness, health, trying to eat healthier. Oh, and cooking too, just been cooking and everything, things of that sort. So now my goals and my mindset has shifted to putting Yahweh Shem Shah first. It's even greater because now it's undistracted. It's not, my interests are not divided like it said in the the AMP. It's not divided. I can focus on Yahweh Shem Shah more clearly, more directly, without any interruptions or division, and having to dedicate time elsewhere. Not that it's a bad thing to do, because the Lord can literally change my situation tomorrow. But not that it's a bad thing to do, but just comparing that, focusing on your purpose is truly the way to go, especially as the Israelite man. Focusing on your purpose is truly the way to go, and not to let things of this world, especially women, deter you from that purpose. And when you on your journey, and when you on your, when you doing what you're supposed to be doing, and the Lord do change your situation, stay that way. That's why the scriptures also say, they that marry. I know it's the second Esdras, but I'm trying to get straight to the point. Second Esdras 16-44. I'm gonna start at verse 40. This second Esdras 16-40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth. Now, let me see. Just get it like that. Let's scroll down to it. Second Esdras 16-40 in the GMT. Listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle. When the disasters come, you must live as people whose home is not in this world. So we are getting ready for the battle. We're getting ready for the time that's to come, Jacob's trouble, and the events that lead right behind it. The thermonuclear missiles. Prior to the thermonuclear missiles, Jacob's trouble, persecution, being on the run, on the move, being as pilgrims on the earth, so on and so forth. And I think it says that in the KJV, yeah, Second Esdras 16-40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth. Now I'm gonna go back to the GNT. It says, verse 41. Merchants must not expect to make a profit from what they sell. They must be ready to run for their lives. Their customers must expect to lose whatever they buy. Whoever builds a house should not plan to live in it. Farmers should not expect to harvest their crops or pick their grapes. Those who marry must not expect to have children, and those who don't marry must live as if they have been widowed. Right. anything that is done will be useless. Now I'm gonna read that in the KJV. Let me get straight to the point. Verse 44. They that marry as that they shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers, and therefore they that labor in vain. So the Lord is telling us, he's making a point, letting you know that, look, get ready for what I'm about to bring on the earth. And when that time comes, you don't be attached to the things that you have. Because at a moment's notice, you're gonna have to put it all. You're gonna have to put it all down, let it all go. Same thing Lot did. The Lord pulled up. He had the angels pull up, tell Lot, look, it's that time. It's that time. You gotta get you and your family gotta get out because we finna destroy this place. And Lot was ready. Even though he didn't understand the severity of the situation, Lot was ready. Because when the angels, when they took him out of the city and told him to keep going, don't look back, and told him, yeah, you can go there. The Lord approved you of going there. Just don't look back. Lot didn't look back. His children, they didn't look back. They kept going. The woman, she looked back. The woman looked back, and she was destroyed for it. And there's going to be a lot of situations like that in today's time where women, they ain't going to let go of Babylon the Great. But you got to stay on your purpose. You got to stay focused on the goal. And like it said, they that marry as though they should get no children. So don't let no situation deter you from your purpose, your goal. But during the time of Jacob's trouble, the women gonna come. That's what Isaiah 4:1 is all about. They're going to come. But you focus on your purpose that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has called you for. So I'm gonna play the video, and then I guess I'm unless Lord put it on my spirit to bring under the precept, I'm gonna close it out. So without further ado,
one thing about me, I'm gonna listen to my man. Like, some women see it as like a man trying to control you, but I look at it as my man is being a protector and a leader. Like, us women, we're very emotional, so we act off of emotions a lot. And men, they're logical thinkers, so when we be acting up, they look at it from a different perspective. So they just like, you tripping, or you need to do it this way, or you don't need to do that, or you need to take that down, or you need to take that off. And some women look at it like, he trying to control me, he insecure, he this and he that, but he really protecting you from some whole other shit, or he just trying to redirect you so you won't fall off of your path. And as women, we just gotta respect that sometimes. Like, it's okay to put your pride to the side and listen to your king. One thing about me, I'm gonna listen to
right.
Like, I mean,
I'm gonna play it now. Play it one more time. I don't know if I need to say fair use or whatever, but it's a brother's video, so yeah, let me just say that. But like I said, when it was towards the end when she was like, sometimes it's okay to put your pride to the side, and that's the only issue I had with what she said, because no, that pride needs to completely go. That pride is gonna be gone during the time of Jacob's trouble. Isaiah 4:1, that pride is gonna be gone. It ain't gonna be no more pride. And women, they're gonna ultimately get in line and follow after their men. But for the most part, everything she's saying is 100% true, and I agree with it, And she was like, and she's speaking from the perspective of how it is now. But ultimately, through the Spirit, ultimately, I'm speaking through how it's supposed to be in general and how it's going to be during the time of Jacob's trouble. But I play it, one more time. But like I said, the mindset that at least that she's portraying to have. She said one thing she's going to do, she's going to listen to her man. All the women are going to try to tap into that mindset during the time of Jacob's trouble, Isaiah 4:1. But only the women whom the Lord deems to be delivered from out of the judgment and all the evils that's going to come to this place is going to be delivered. That's just how it's going to be. But us as men, we are to focus on our goal in serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yahweh is our head. We are the head of these women, but Yahweh is our head. So focusing on your purpose is truly the way to go. Focusing on what Yahweh wants and has and expects of you, and the things that you can do to upgrade yourself, because we are each and every one of us are stones. You know, we are the rebuilt. We are the temple being rebuilt, and each one of us represent a stone. And the stronger the stone, the better, because that building would be more stable. So we are all trying to level up and become stronger, become better versions of ourselves, and adding new skill sets. Like the elder, I know I've been seeing for the past, I don't even know how long, but it's been a good little minute. It's been over a year, actually. The fitness journey that I've been watching Elder Apostle Gabar been on with riding a bike. I know him and Elder Apostle. No, I heard for sure Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar using the weighted vest. I think Elder Apostle. I know recently Elder Apostle Tahar was going into how he was doing lunges. I think with the weighted vest. But like I said, I know Elder Apostle Gabar. He been riding the bike with the weighted vest, and I forgot how many miles. I think he was doing 4 at the time that I can remember. He was doing like 4 miles. I know he probably tripled it by now, but nevertheless, the point is, these men have been laboring for many, many years before I was even born. They were laboring, and all throughout this time, they've been leveling up and becoming greater versions of themselves and adding new skill sets that is beneficial and it's helpful for the body. Because not only are they doing these things and able to share it with brothers that's around them, you know, and sisters alike, but they put it out there for the whole, you know, for the whole body to learn from. And now that information is being spread across the whole world, you know, and we're learning from the men that Yahweh Bashima was trying to deal with directly. And likewise, other men too, you know. So it's not just them. So again, especially for brothers that are single, you know, and I definitely understand, you know, it's that desire for the woman is gonna always be there. Even when you say, you know, even if you had that mindset of like, oh, I'm just wait to the kingdom, you know, I ain't gonna deal with no woman. I'm cool. I understand that too. Because I was thinking the same thing. Be thinking like, man, I think I even said on some of my videos, like, shoot, I ain't worried about no woman. I can deal without until the time of the kingdom come. And that's true, you know, if the Lord put it on my spirit. But at the same time, I can wake up the next day, go to work, and be on my way home, and the Lord create a whole situation where I done met the woman I'm finna deal with. But at the same time, whatever the case may be, my main goal is to focus on my purpose. And I don't want to deter from that ever again, whether I get a woman or not. But the women, they're going to come, you know. So that's the ultimate goal. And Lord will, this was an edifying lesson. I'm going to play it one more time, but I'm going to go ahead and close it out. And I'm going to just let it play. And then I'm going to, you know, shut the video off. But Lord will, this was an edifying lesson. And I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word, sincerity, and the truth. Shalom to the brothers and children that they're keeping this word, sincerity, and truth. Until next time, shalom.
One thing about me, I'm going to listen to my man. Like, some women see it as like a man trying to control you, but I look at it as my man is being a protector and a leader. Like, us women, we're very emotional, so we act off of emotions a lot. And men, they're logical thinkers, so when we be acting up, they look at it from a different perspective. So they just like, girl, you tripping, or you need to do it this way, or you don't need to do that, or you need to take that down, or you need to take that off. And some women look at it like, he trying to control me, he insecure, he this and he that, but he really protecting you from some whole other shit, or he just trying to redirect you so you won't fall off of your path. And as women, we just gotta respect that sometimes. Like, it's okay to put your pride to the side and listen to your king.